In today's video, I'm giving this Temu Miniature a makeover. The miniature does come with an LED light pre-installed into it, however we can definitely make this look a little bit better. The body of the miniature is one solid piece of plastic. The best way for you to get into it, should you decide to do this, is to go in through the bottom and take out the battery compartment. There is a small red cap which sits above the LED, but that breaks away really easy. I decided that I did not want to use the orange LED that come with it, so instead I'm going to install these flickering bulbs which I got from Amazon. I will leave the link to these below. They come in a pack of 50 and they take colour really well. Obviously a white bulb isn't going to be very much use here, so I found a couple of orange alcohol markers and I just painted the plastic of the bulb in a flame colour. This miniature has a really high base from where it hides the batteries inside, so I decided to give it a coat of acrylic black paint just so I can try and hide it a little bit better. At this point I decided that I might actually want to have two bulbs just to give me a little bit more light and just to spread the light out a little bit more evenly. So this time around I decided to trim the actual metal parts themselves because these particular bulbs are really quite long, and then learning from when I previously installed the first bulb, I decided to pre-bend it before I soldered it into place, and then I just touched everything up with a little bit more black acrylic paint, and then I went over this bulb with a red Sharpie and an orange alcohol marker. Now I'm just applying some hot glue onto the base and I'm sprinkling some really coarse sand from my aquarium. And then this just gives me the effect of ash and all of that debris that you would get in a stove. The battery pack of this particular miniature is really quite high from where it houses the batteries. So I'm splitting some dry twigs from my garden and I'm just gluing them strategically into place just to try and disguise that battery pack a little bit. The next time when I make over one of these stoves, I won't actually use the housing that it came with. Instead, I shall just fill in the base and I shall drill holes from the back, and then I will use some wires and a cell battery which I could then just stick behind the actual stove itself, and then that will give me a much nicer, flatter area for all of the sticks in the ash in the bulbs instead of it being so high like it is in this miniature. I then got some model paint and I'm just highlighting some of the sand, the gravelly sand that I've put in it, just to make it look like the sand itself has, or that it is, hot burning embers or glow from the flames. I could have added some black paint and some ashy colours to the actual wood, but I wanted it to look like the wood has just been placed into this fire just to get it going again. Now this particular stove which I ordered it in black, and there is absolutely nothing wrong with the way that it looks on the outside, but I thought I would just step it up just that little bit more. So I use this model paint, I believe this is the gunmetal, and then I use a small sponge applicator, and I'm basically just effectively dry brushing but with the sponge. I'm using the sponge so that I can avoid getting any definite obvious brush strokes, and then I just lightly put it on the areas which are raised, and really, like I say, just for me to just elevate it a little bit, give it a little bit of highlight, and just show that it is more metallic rather than a piece of plastic. I then took some food packaging and I just traced around the outside of the doors, and then I just cut them down to size so that I could have a glass door effect. I was thinking about putting it through the whole aperture of the miniature, but then I thought, should I ever need to get into it from the front, it would be best for me to just glaze the actual doors. I then use this jewelry glue, as it has a super fine needle tip applicator for me to just stick the plastic down onto the actual doors. Now, if I wanted this stove to look like an electric stove maybe, then I would leave it just there, perfect as it is. But I decided that for this one, I would actually have it as a wood burning stove. So for me to take it to that next level, I just took a piece of straw, and then on my laser cutter, I cut out 2 rings, one ring with a 6mm diameter, and then on the bendy part of the straw, a 7mm diameter. And then I just stuck those on with that same jewelry glue. And I also cut out this 15mm disc to act as the area where you may put a pot or your kettle or something like that. And then I just painted over everything with a mixture of black paint and Mod Podge. And then I gave these pieces the same gunmetal treatment just to tie them all together to make it look like one cohesive piece. So that's it for today's video. In just a moment, there are a couple of glamour shots coming up, but before that, I just want to take this moment to say thank you for spending your time with me today. I really appreciate it. And if you could like and subscribe to my channel, that really helps me out, and obviously it will inform you of any future videos that I might upload. So thank you again. Have a great day. Bye.